Let us learn about the periodicity of tides.
Please rotate your phone. Some basics before we go ahead. This is the sun, earth, and the moon. This is the earth's north pole. The earth rotates in this way. This person could be hypothetically on the equator. The earth rotates on its own axis and the moon revolves around the earth. Because the earth rotates on its own axis, it has two high tides and two low tides in a day, that is a period of 24 hours. Let's say there is a person living here on this part of the earth. Because the moon is overhead for this person, he is experiencing a high tide here. When the earth will have rotated a little bit, this same person will be experiencing a low tide here. The moon is now away from him. When this person will have rotated further, he will have a high tide here as well, because two opposite sides have a high tide because of the earth and moon's centrifugal and centripetal force working together. When the earth will have rotated even further and moved to this position, again there's going to be a low tide. So two low tides in a day, two high tides in a day. Now to understand periodicity of tides, moon's revolution period around the earth is approximately 28 days. Now when this person is here at midnight, the high tide is at 12 a.m. After completing 24 hours and when this person will be back here, the time of high tide should be 12 a.m. again, but it is not so, and that is what we will learn in the periodicity of tides. As earth completes one day, even the moon in its journey around the earth will have moved a little ahead. Let's say the moon has reached here the next day. So the tide center will also shift a little further. Currently we have a high tide here. But after 24 hours, when the moon is here, then this place directly below it here will be the high tide. This person will not be experiencing a high tide exactly after 24 hours, but a little further ahead. And how much is that little further ahead? The high tide center shifts by 52 minutes. So the next high tide will be at 12:52 a.m. here. Similarly, each and every tide throughout the day will also shift a little ahead. If in 24 hours the tide center shifts by 52 minutes, then in just 12 hours, which means from this high tide to this high tide, how much will the moon have shifted, or how much will the tide have shifted ahead? Yes, it will be half of 52, which is 26 minutes. So from this high tide to this high tide, the difference will be 26 minutes. So if this high tide was at 12 a.m., the next high tide will be at 12:26 p.m. And from this high tide to this low tide, it won't be 6 hours difference, but it will be a difference of 6 hours and 13 minutes. So if this original high tide is at 12 a.m., the next low tide will be at 6:13 a.m. This next high tide will be at 12:26 p.m. You have to comment down below what will be the time of this low tide. So with that,